Thank you so much for watching the Press Avenue YouTube channel. My name is John, and today we're talking about how to switch from an old Genesis theme to the Beaver Builder theme with the Beaver Builder plugin. So here's our YouTube channel here, and here's me. Go ahead and click that red subscribe button if you want to see more WordPress tutorials like this. Also, we'd love it if you'd share this content out if it was helpful for you. Give it a thumbs up or provide feedback below on our videos so we can help you better, we can answer any of your questions, and we'd love to hear if this worked for anyone. Thanks for watching. All right, so here we are on YouTube. We're going to skip over. We have a website, pressavenue.com. You can see the latest tutorials here and search for them a little better. What we're doing today is switching from a Genesis theme to essentially Beaver Builder, just to update a theme and show you how we do it. So here is a realtor's website in Colorado. They are using an older Genesis theme. I will go ahead and log in and show you what it is. I do think Genesis is fantastic. I do use it quite a bit. For the needs of this client, Beaver Builder theme will be a lot better. So hold on while we log in. All right, so here we are on the back end. Just going to show you, let's see, we'll go to themes. So right now it's using the education theme. It should look like this on the left. And all we have done is installed the child theme, as you can see here with a new logo. And then you can see Genesis, this education theme's the child, and then Genesis over here is the parent. Same with Beaver Builder. We have the Beaver Builder child theme. And then this one I believe is Beaver Builder. Yeah, so we've already named it Press Avenue, and we put their logo over it here, and that's actually in another video back, which I'll put a link in the description. So that's all we've done. There's other stuff in here that we'll go through and change. So Genesis is active. One thing to note with Genesis is if you're switching between them, there may be plugins that are Genesis dependent. So if we look here, these are typical, but Genesis News Extended, Genesis Featured, widget. Let's see if there's anything else. And that's it. So these two are dependent on Genesis actually being there. So I'm going to go ahead and deactivate. I will say go ahead and back anything up before doing any of this. And also it's ideal to do it on a staging server. So what that means is you switch it to staging and you do all the things there that you need to do and you switch it back. We're actually doing it live, which is called either cowboy coding or just not doing it well, but we're still going to do it live, just because it's all right to do so on this site. On bigger sites, maybe not. So Genesis eNews Extended is now off, and this is now off. So that does break some functionality on the site itself, so the widget thing disappears, etc. So when you do it live, keep in mind that things may be pulled apart and break as you're doing it live because you're not using a staging server. So if I look here, this is the front of the website. Still looks the same. There used to be a slideshow here, and that no longer works. So it's a big reason for the change. Next, I'll go to Appearance. And I'm going to switch to the Beaver Builder child theme. Actually, getting ahead of myself, I'm going to install Beaver Builder and then switch. So it's not installed. I'll go to Add New. To get Beaver Builder, you go to WPBeaverBuilder.com. And it is a premium plugin, but it is well worth its price. So I have the agency plugin. I also have a video on that, if it's worth it or not. If you do a lot of agency work, I actually think the Beaver Builder Pro plugin is just fine. White labeling the name out isn't a big enough deal. All right, so we look here, it says the plugin folder already exists. So I go back and check. And it is not there. So give me one moment. All right, so this is actually good. You can see that not everything works live out of the gate. So what I've done that I've left you out of is I went into my control panel, which is on WP Engine, and then I created an FTP user and a password. Then I used a program I use on Mac called Forklift, which is an FTP client. There's also FileZilla, CyberDuck. Those work PC and Mac. Anyway, you put in your FTP credentials, username and password, and you log in. There's a few things I don't want you guys to see over here on the left, so that's why it's cut off on the left. But what it is right here in this box is I've logged into the WordPress site via SFTP, which is secure FTP, and this is WordPress. So I'm going to go to WP Content, going to click Plugins, and you see here the Beaver Builder plugin already exists, and that's why it's giving me that error. For whatever reason, it's not showing up, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it. And you can see the other plugins in here. So there's a plugin, Slide Deck, used to be really great 3 years ago. It's definitely become very lacking and not work. So that's part of the reason we're kind of changing things over and updating it more than just the slideshow. So go ahead and hit delete, and I look here and it says preparing to delete, and it's going a little slow. So we'll give it a moment to finish. All right, so now we have the Beaver Builder plugin installed. You can see right here it says Page Builder. All the agency does is change this title. Not a big deal. I actually think if it says Beaver Builder, it's just fine because there's 100 other plugins in here as well. But that's the white labeling feature that we have another video on. So here's the builder itself. Under Appearance, we'll go to Themes. Struggling today. And we're going to Beaver Builder Theme. So if I go to Activate, it just activates it. If I go to Live Preview, that's essentially clicking Customize. So I'll click Live Preview. And things definitely do break when you go between themes. Just because it's set up differently. So here's the site here. And then in another tab, here's what the site used to look like. If I make it bigger. Kind of jumping ahead, but what I do is I leave the old site open in a tab and I just don't refresh it. So I can see this is what they had in the menu. These are the big buttons that they had. This is the call to action that they had. If I want to carry that through to the new setup. So I just leave it because people say, I love those buttons that were there and now they're gone. Like, oh yeah, the buttons were there. You can see here he has kind of a different title and address, and we'll change that and fix this up so it's a lot cleaner. So here we go through the Beaver Builder child theme. Presets I usually ignore. There's a function where you can just completely turn this off, which I will add later. General layout I leave, except that I go to the framework and I do full Bootstrap 4 and I do Font Awesome 5. So I like the newest and the best of the best. So there we go. Changes a couple things. Let's see. Background color, no. Accent color, the new logo is, I believe it's red. Yep, so I have this little tool here called SIP. So click this. I know it's on another screen. Just bear with me. And it is Rudy Red. So I go here, I paste it in, and I hover color, and I go here. So black and red is the new kind of theme. So I give it a minute to load, and you'll see here it changes all that stuff. I'll go back. Headings, I'll make the main H1 heading red, which we might change later. We probably will change later. It's a lot of red. The text, the default text for Beaver Builder is 80, 80, 80. I always change it to 3s. 6. Just because I think it's easier to read. There's more contrast for older eyes. Let's see. Did it not update? Doesn't seem like it's dark enough. The rest I leave. Buttons. No, I leave the buttons. Social media. So let me go back to his other site and see if there's any social media. There is. So there's a Facebook. So just paste that in there. Get rid of this. There's a Twitter. Google Plus is gone, but Google My Business. So it's not Googling My Business. It's Google My Business. I would definitely have if you want to get local traffic and clients to your site. It is absolutely fantastic. So I'm copying links from another window, or another monitor, I should say. Copy. Paste. All right. So they don't really have the rest, but again, you can add anything else in here that you want. I'll go back. And again, this is a realtor website. So I'll go to header. Let me see. We'll probably chop up this menu and do a top bar. So I'll do a 2-column top bar. We'll do text on one side and a menu on the other. So there's the top bar there, and it says choose a menu, which we haven't created yet. A phone number, let's see. Should be on here, we'll see. There's a phone number right there. So I'll go to top bar, put in a phone number. If you want it to be clickable, you do aref equals. Do that. Then I always finish it off because I forget. Inside the quotes here, we do tel for telephone. Then the full number with the country code 2130893. Now this link, if it's clicked on a phone, which a lot of this stuff is, it fills it in the phone box and they can call him. So I think that's great. All right, so you go back to the style. We're gonna make the background color, I believe it's jet black. Could be wrong, let's just double check. Sorry, we'll do less in that other window once we get this kind of details out. Yeah, so it's all zeros, which is just black. 3, 4, 5, 6. So the background color is black, but now we won't be able to read the text. So further down, we'll do the text in white, which is just 6 Fs, excuse me. And then the link color I also do in full white. And then the hover, I usually leave it on white in the top bar. So you can't see a hover, but you can see a line, so that's good enough for me. Header layout, we're going to do navigation on the bottom because there's just an absolute ton of navigation. And we are going to break this up a little bit. So haven't decided how. We can definitely take out home. And then here it gives you some options. So once you move the navigation to the bottom, it frees up kind of a widget area here, which they don't actually call it that. So let me just get a sip here. So you can put a phone number. It automatically pulls in your social links, which I might leave. Actually, maybe we'll do the phone number up there. What is it? So you can see there it is again. Typically, it's not working. Honestly, I really just go back and copy it from somewhere else because I've already written it out once, and I like things to be as easy as possible. So it's one guy, so we'll do his name. All right, so there's that. I can go back. Hold on a minute. Yes, this is new. So as of Beaver Builder a couple of days ago, so right now it's April 2019. If you go to General and then Social Links, you used to only be able to choose Branded, which is the branded colors of each social network. So give it a second here. So there's Branded, which I think looks really good. Monochrome, which is just the, I thought it was the accent color. It doesn't appear to be. It's something else. Or Custom, and Custom is brand new of Beaver Builder. It's a new feature. So here we are under Custom. We can choose the shape round or square, the background color, the icon color. So I'm gonna make the background color white. I'm going to make the icon color the red that we pulled. That's why I like that color palette thing. I'll put a link in the description. The hover color, I'll switch it to red, but then I'll drag down and make it a little darker, just so you can see a kind of difference when you hover over it. Again, it doesn't seem to be updating. So it could be anything. There's weird stuff on this site as far as plugins. All right, so next we are going to change the header. So the layout is on the bottom. We've done that. The style, background color is going to remain white. It's kind of a black and white and red logo. We'll make it easier to read. The text color, I guess we'll leave it at black. The link color. And then the hover, we'll just black it all out. The logo, so we're going to do an image. It's going to get rid of all this text. Wow, this is huge. Let's see. So I'm going to pause and just Photoshop this to be correct. All right, so I paused. I said I photoshopped it. I actually use Affinity Photo. It's for Windows and Mac. And what I did is, you can see here, it's gray. I basically removed all the white, except for in the windows. I left the windows just how it is. So the logo they sent, they don't have the transparent version. So I just removed the background. Pretty easy. The title is already set. Always set the alt text. Don't be lazy. Set the alt text. So there's the regular. I might actually, yeah, it's huge. So I'll set this as the retina. It is 501 by 500. Should have just done 5 by 5. And I'm going to basically shrink this down to half the size in Photoshop in just a second. So the reason I do it in here over Beaver Builder forcing it is Beaver Builder is not the best at crushing images. So there it is there. I'll go here. So this is super zoomed in on a 4K monitor. That's why it looks a little fuzzy. So if I zoom out, so that's 100%. So I got to resize. And we'll say we'll do 200. I wish I was at 199.6. So then it zooms it back in, which is annoying. So we are at, that's 100 right there, which is fine. I wish we can crop it a little bit. Let's do that. I'm going to crop. I can bring this in just one. It's going to be hard. All right. File. It's probably didn't quite do exactly what I want. I want to move on. So the height's still 197, which might be a little big. Anything with text, I would save it as a ping, and it's 44 kilobytes, which is fantastic. So let's see my pepperoni. See, the other one's technically 2x, so I'll just say this one's small. So I go back, go to select an image. Go to my downloads. There we go. Let it upload, copy the title, choose. All right, that one's still pretty big, but it is a very tall logo. So I'm actually going to leave it for now. No, I don't think I can leave that. It's too big. So go back, export. Let's say 100, export. So now I'll just name it 100, which I should have done before, px. Go back, change. At least I'll have a couple versions. Drag it in, let it load, copy, 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 choose. All right, so that's way better, and you can still technically read it. So the Retina pulls in, which is huge for Retina display screens. This screen, I'm zoomed 200% on the site because it is a 4K monitor. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to read anything. Fade in logo, if you drop the site down, you scroll down, you can have it fade in or out. You can have it fixed. You can change the logo for mobile. You can do a bunch of stuff. Navigation layouts. Let's see. We don't want the search icon. We don't, for a real estate site, you do, unless you're producing a ton of content, you don't want the search icon because people assume you're searching houses when in fact you're searching blog posts. So let's go clean up the menu. That'll really help. Navigation style. Maybe I will change this to white. Hover. So in the navigation, I do change it so when you hover over it, it's a slightly different color. Actually, maybe I'll do the red. We'll see how that looks. I need to change the background. It's black belt, so we'll put a black belt on it. All right, and we'll go to menu. So this is just kind of how we go through and change things. The main menu, get rid of this. We'll say, we'll just say blog. Property search, Colorado corner contacts. Definitely got to clean this up. New, that's also news. All right, so these are all categories. Property search, about, blog, contact. So I can put contact in the top. So we'll create a new menu and I'll name it exactly what it is. Top bar menu or top header menu. And Beaver Builder names it top bar, so I just name it top bar because there it is. So I'll go next and I'll say add items and we will add contact, about, actually I'll name this Jeremy's content, maybe we'll do that. Just a little personal flavor in there. All right, so this reduces the main menu down because contact is now on the top, and then the blog part is on the top. Actually, we can put it also under news. So if you see here, I put it under news, which I don't actually see, but there's no drop down and we will add that in. So you see that there. All right, so that's good. We'll go back to the header. We'll go to nav style, and then it says submenu indicator. We'll turn that on. Give it a second. More in a second. And you see here these arrows show, and it looks really nice in the black and the red. And then up here, we'll need to style this a little differently. So go back, style, link hover. I still have that red. So now when I hover, it matches just like it does here. So you see that? All right, looks good. And then what else we got? So it's just a basic blog layout, just like it was on the previous site. A lot cleaner logo. We'll see if I can clean this up a little more. Let's see. Logo, it's not there. Padding, so I'll take some of this padding out. Clean this up. Okay, so there's some padding. So now we're gonna do a home page. So we're gonna activate and publish. So again, this is all live, so everyone just sees it live immediately. But again, it's the same as the site was before, just styled differently. So go back, close. So we're closing out of the customizer, which is also the live preview. They've changed the kind of wording of that. So it's publishing this live, and we're closing out. There we go. So the Beaver Builder child theme is live, and the Genesis theme is no longer live. Jetpack I don't recommend anymore. I recommend turning it off. It's bloated. They're going to put ads in it. I just get rid of this while you can. There are plenty of plugins to replace what's in here. If you have any questions about what you can add, go ahead and ask. Additionally, we have a group on Facebook, facebook.com/group/PressAvenue. And you can see here, you can go ahead and come in here and ask us a question at any time, and we will answer it with either a video or just letting you know, or a link or whatever you need. So go ahead and ask to join, and we'd love to help. All right, where were we? All right, so we're going to go to pages, see if there's a home page. There is not. So we'll go to add new. We're going to title this just home or home page, whatever you want. This one has the classic editor installed, so you see the classic editor here. Of course, in Gutenberg, you can do the same thing. So go to Page Builder, which is actually Beaver Builder. And then here we are. We're going to add a slideshow at the top. I actually recommend a hero image, but on this particular one, we're doing a slideshow based on wants and needs. So this is an iStock photo. So we go add, update. So we'll get more gallery images for this. Actually, maybe I will do a hero image. So we'll drag in 2 columns. We'll make the background. So I'll do full width. I know I'm going fast. I want to get this done because it is live. And then background background photo. That will select that same photo. Where are we? Right here. Let's hit select. And then it's kind of fuzzy. We'll fix that. Repeat none. I always do center. If your photo doesn't look right, you can change the position. You can see how it looks by clicking here on the phone, etc. Phone, tablet, computer. This image is huge, but it's still, this is a super wide monitor, so technically most people wouldn't have a problem viewing this. But I always do the scale usually as fill. Most people's monitors are shrunk down like this. Background type, I'm actually going to do an overlay. We'll try the new red and see what it looks like. Come on, copy. There's the red there. Not sure I like it, but I am going to add it to the palette and the presets. And then black is just, should already be in there. Nope. So I'll go to the presets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros is black. So there's their color scheme there. I wouldn't do it quite like this. I would fade it down. So I'll take some transparency in here so we can read the text that we're going to put over it. So I'm going to check out the old site. There really wasn't a call to action on the old site, but we will add one. Okay, so next there were 3 buttons. Where are my buttons? Oh yeah, search, about, articles, and contact. These were done with images. We are going to use icons. So I'll put them right here. So a row of 4. Go to modules, icon. And our first one was search. So I'm going to go to, I don't know if there's real estate ones. No. Is there sign? Oh, here we go. Looks like a real estate sign. Go to style. I'll center it. I'm going to make it humongous. We'll do even numbers, 90. I will make it red. I'll make the hover black. Background I'll leave, no gradient. Text spacing, I'll leave the rest. I usually do text directly under it. Then I need a link. So my link, sorry, I'm looking at my other monitor again. Copy link address. There we go. And I'll hit save. So it's updating. All right, done. So now I just duplicate this 3 times. And I drag. Now I have the style. I just drag the icons over and I change the icons to what I want. So this is next one is for about, maybe a person. Man is a snowman. People, I don't know how they title some of these. Person, head, profile. Let's see. 5. I use the names on 4. All right, we're down here at the bottom. We're going to choose... No, I don't like that. I might need to look around for different icons. That's not bad. And then this is going to go to the About page. So I'll search for About. There we go. Save. Next icon is Articles. Replace... Let's see, blog, no, writing, no, paper. We'll choose this one. And then the last one's contact. So this particular articles is going to the blog. And then the last one's contact, which they wanted a phone. Phone. Select, contact, save, save. All right, so those are icons. Next, I go to text editor, drag it below, and then on this one, I just title it search. You could do a heading, but search about articles and contact for this particular site isn't really relevant. It feels like property search or real estate articles or contact to real estate, something like that. It'd make more sense. So style now, I just fill in the visual editor, and something on this side isn't quite working with this editor. You can see some brokenness here, which we still need to clean up. But search, I just type in the word. Now you go to style. So instead of using the tiny editor here that you've used in the past, you just go to style. I'm going to make this red. I've got a font, align it to the center, make it larger, get rid of some of this padding, go back to style. So that's kind of how I do it here. You can change the font family and the weight if you want, but I'm going to leave it as is. So there it is there, and then I'm going to put a link for this. So the search goes to, so copy the link, done, save. Then again, I duplicate this 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. Just drag it over. This one is about, edit, search for about. I don't see it. All right, let's copy this. Try to do it the easy way. Save. This one is articles. And blog. There it is. Enter. Save. This one is contact. So, oh no, it did work. All right, next they have a call to action about having a question about real estate. So, drag into here. We're going to make this one full width in the red. So, modules, text editor. The red is pretty sharp. We'll see. Have a question. This little green thing is Grammarly. Works really great. I enjoy using it. Color, we'll do white. I usually save white and black or white and dark gray as a preset, just so I can just access it quicker. Center, I'll make this way bigger. I'll change the padding, level this out. Then I'll duplicate, move this over. Call me now. 719 213. This isn't me, by the way. If you call this, it's not me. Or contact. So the contact me is a link to the contact page. So by default, links are not, so you can see the link has gone red. The links are not underlined. If you want them underlined, there's a snippet we have on pressavenue.com under code snippets that you can add to your Beaver Builder theme to make everything underlined except for the navigation and the header. That's entirely up to you. So this right here, I highlight, say TEL 17192130393. So by putting that in, that is now highlighted like that. And style. Oh yeah, it's not in here. Save, I go back to here, and I will say link color is white, because it's carrying through from the theme that the link color would then be red. And then if you do want this underlined, the other thing you can do as well is highlight it, and Control U or Command U puts that line at the bottom. I'm going to change this to a light, and change them both to light. So you can see how you can just kind of go through this, clean it up. Seems a little big. I'll have to play with it a little bit more. Then under that, they have their blog. And then a sidebar. We're going to take out the sidebar. So now we're going to add a blog. So we go to plus, and then we go to posts. And this is basically the post grid. So under posts, I'm going to say columns. I'm going to do equal heights. I'm going to do 3 across, so you can see them right here. There is a share this coming through. This is Jetpack. So Jetpack has Google Plus. As Google Plus is shut down, it's crossed out. You should have just removed it. So we will cut that out. Image, show. I'd love it if there was an image, but there isn't one, so I'll have to change the featured image. Author, I'll leave it because it's his name, but typically I turn it off. Date, I'll leave. You can change the format. Comments, hide. Terms are hidden. Content, I usually do 25, maybe 50, depending on what it is. And then the more link. View. Let's see. I don't know how to spell. And then we'll go to content, our pagination. We're only going to show 3 posts. And then we're not going to show more. We're going to put a button. And then I turn off the search. So save, and then we'll add a footer. So I'll say I've searched, subscribe, a widget I need to grab, testimonials, follow us. They didn't really have a footer, but we will add one. So there we are, done. Publish. Again, this is really zoomed in, zoomed out. On this monitor, it looks like this. Let's just reload this. Okay, so it's not actually set to the home page, so we will do that. So that's what it looks like on this page. That's why I've zoomed way in and some things come out a little funky. So make it huge again. We'll zoom in 200%. We'll go to Customize. Go down to Settings, Homepage Settings. Right now it's set to your latest posts, which we don't want. Go to Static Page. The home page is now Home. So it switches from that latest post, which shows here, to the home page we just created. We need to clean up the hero image, obviously. And then the post page is the blog. So there we are on the news page. Now I'll go to Publish. I'll let it think for a minute. Again, if you have questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Additionally, we have that Facebook group, which is facebook.com/group/PressAvenue, and I'll put a link below. And then if this was helpful in any way from switching from Genesis to Beaver Builder, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you know anyone else that would find this helpful, please share it with them and let us know in the comments how this helped or didn't help so we can try to help you out more. All right, so we'll continue to clean this up. Go to Page Builder. Let's have a question's a little large. I'm actually going to put it at the top. Actually, I'll just drag it up here. So I'm going to give this some padding so this shows more like a hero image. Let's try 55. Yeah, that's a little better. That's a lot better. So you should actually do the padding in, should do this right, in here. So I'll do the top is 88 and the bottom's 88. Then I'll go inside back to this and just change this to 20. If you ever have it where one side is not the same height, you can go to the column settings, change this to equal heights, and then center everything across the board. So it brings that down because it's has different padding. But just to show you, so I'm going to change this to no because they're the same. So again, it's hard to read. So I'll copy this, go here. And I'm actually going to get a picture of this guy and put him, I have to request it so it won't be in this video. I'm going to put it over here. So row settings. So let's flip this. Yeah, that's way better. We'll darken the black so you can actually read it. So you gotta keep contrast in mind when you're doing some of this stuff. So I'll actually turn this down a bit. All right, so we'll leave the call to action like that. This bar here, I'm going to request a widget, a real estate widget that they have, and put it in here. Also, for these, the featured image should be at the top, but it doesn't have one. So it is your job to educate the client or yourself in adding this in. And lastly, we're going to change the footer down here, and we're going to use Themer to do that. So I already have it installed. So I'll say new, Themer layout. Again, it's Beaver Builder Themer. And I'm going to say footer. And then the layout type is the footer. And I'll say add. Then under the location, I will say under entire site. And I'm going to leave it at that. You can set categories, but I don't, for footer, I don't typically do that. So now we have our header, our content area, which is blank, and then the footer, it always adds it in purple. It just is what it is. So I'm going to change it to black. And then I'm going to change the bottom to, I would either do dark, I'm going to do red. Save. If we go in here, the default is 2017 and it's 2019 now, but there's actually a short code. If you do brackets FL year, which just takes the current year. So then your copyright is the current year forever, and you don't need to keep changing it. So there's the copyright all changed. Get in touch, we'll change this to the phone number. I like it to match. Oh, 893. You can change the link here to tell. Copy this because I'm lazy. Add the country code. Delete this other stuff. And I actually copy this and do it again here. So this is for the icon, which is a phone. And I'll say tell. Whoops. Enter. Save. The address. What is the address? The link would be to a Google map. I'll add that later. Save. And then I don't post the email directly. Say contact. Copy this link. Enter. The reason I copy is I put it up here for the icon if the icon is clicked. Then the About Us, I put a snippet here with a link to the About page. The snippet I'll grab later because this has been long. So I'll just say learn more, highlight this, about. I don't think I could find it before. It's somewhere in here. There it is. Enter, save. Now I go to done, publish, Now it brings us back to the live version of the template. But if I click here, there is the site we built. This red bar doesn't make any sense until there's a widget in it, but it's fine for now. And then down here is the new footer. So if this was helpful in any way, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more WordPress tutorials, Beaver Builder tutorials, or Genesis tutorials, please subscribe to our site or to our YouTube channel by clicking the red button. Additionally, we again have that Facebook page where you can answer questions. It's been really helpful for us just to have everything in on one spot, but you're welcome to ask them below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching the Press Avenue YouTube channel. Right below me is a square that you can click to subscribe really quick. Next to it's a circle to bring you to our website for more information. Over here on the right is our most recent upload video, and the one right next to it is a video that's just for you that YouTube recommends. Thanks for watching.